Good afternoon, welcome to Interesting Talks. I hope that you're doing well in life and that your glass is half full rather than half empty. Welcome to new and seasoned listeners. Do share, like and leave comments on whatever medium you see me on. If you're on YouTube, please do subscribe. Today's talk is on how are you? How are you really? As we go about our day-to-day lives, we come across many people, some close to us, others not so close. But at this time of year, with all the hustle and bustle of Christmas looming, it's worth checking on those that you care about. Paying attention to what you really see. Not what you want to see, but what you really see. That means looking a little bit deeper. What does it mean when you first see someone and you say, how are you? Is it a greeting like a hello, or are you actually interested in that person's health? That depends on a number of factors. How well do you know this person? Key thing, could be a family friend or part of your family. Are you just passing each other by on your way of acknowledging them? Does this individual look ill or have a history of being ill? Do you know that there has been something troubling this person? If so, it's worth asking a follow-up question, a deeper question. Do you give the impression that you really want to know this person? We have come to use this expression so often in all the above situations that it may be difficult for others to know our intentions. Are we asking the question on a deeper level? Recently we heard the story about a woman who works with a number of individuals who have very, very stressful jobs. And she noticed that Mr. A was not looking well when he came into the office. So she asked him, how are you? And he responded, fine, and you? He gave the typical exchange of greeting and response, which really didn't address the intent of her question. So she asked again, how are you? Emphasizing the how. She knew that he was very private and she didn't want to intrude, but she also knew that he'd been having some difficulties lately. She just wanted to let him know that somebody was concerned about him. With the second inquiry, he seemed to get the point and responded by disclosing a few details of his troubles and how he wasn't feeling that well. She listened and suggested he consider going to a doctor to make sure he was okay. She also said that try to talk to somebody, it might help. He listened to her, he said that he would think about it and left her expressing a very appreciative thank you. That's all it takes. Many of us are private and reluctant to tell others about our issues that disturb us. Even when we go to the doctor, we might minimize or fail to mention problems that we're actually having. But why? Are we afraid to be helped? Are we afraid to admit that we have a problem or problems? Do we believe that no one really cares about what we say? Are we afraid that our situation is hopeless and we don't want others to confirm that for us? Is that really what's going on? Have you ever been in the following situation? Someone asks you, how are you? You answer, not well, or very sick, or something similar, and then the inquiring person responds by saying, oh, that's good, and walks away. If this has happened to you, why would you ever want to answer that question again from that person? Unfortunately, such scenarios occur frequently. Typically, they happen when the inquirer is not listening. This may be because they're too busy, too self-absorbed, or too afraid to really intrude. Consequently, they don't follow up with the appropriate questions or remarks. Even a simple saying, I'm sorry to hear that, or sorry you feel that way. The inquirer isn't interested, which leaves you feeling sorry that you answered honestly. Now, a group of people that don't do this sort of thing are children. Children, on the other hand, are curious, perceptive, non-censoring. When they see someone who doesn't look right, they go right up to them and ask, what's wrong with you? They want to know. They might not give give good advice in response, but at least they care, and if they're old enough, they may demonstrate meaningful concern and sympathy or empathy. We have become such a private culture that even our family and friends are often unwilling to ask us too many personal questions or to answer them when we're asked. So we may feel reluctant to disclose too much about ourselves, particularly if it involves troubling issues. This may be due to personal repercussions. It could alter others' perceptions of us. People could see you as weak or not able to cope. It might elicit pity and indifference from others. We may experience emotional pain when we recount the condition that we've gone through or are going through. The inquirer may be too busy or too self-absorbed to generally want a meaningful response. And so disclosing information may belittle its importance. We may fear that the inquiry would violate our trust, which is definitely a big issue. It's a sad state of affairs when we live among others who could benefit our care and concern, who are suffering in silence, and to whom we do not respond. Helping doesn't only mean solving the other person's problems. We can help by demonstrating compassion, offering support and hope to others in need. And we also can receive that. If you believe in community, we need to become a more emphatic society. So next time you see someone who doesn't look good, ask them, how are you really? How are you? And be prepared to put your listeners' ears on and simply acknowledge a person by listening to them may lift their spirits and their condition. Remind them you are a meaning person of humanity. I hope you found this talk useful. Do leave comments, as your point of view could help others to understand it deeper. I definitely will respond to them. Like, share, and express what you think about this video. The other day I met somebody, they said to me that they know me. I didn't know them, I couldn't place them. And they told me about something that was going on for them. And I just listened, nodded. The conversation lasted for a few minutes. It didn't take much out of me. But when they left, I felt as if they'd been heard. I thought I've made a slight difference. So until next week, in the next 2 weeks, take care, try to stay positive. Bye for now.